Welcome everyone. Thanks for coming in for a video. We're doing another A-lister series show today. I hope I can get through it fairly fast because I do try to keep it kind of short and concise, which is what I think our time on the internet should probably be, unless we're listing. That's really what I want to convey today, is about our time and what we have facing right now with Q4. What exactly does that mean to you? Do you know what it means? Do you adhere to its tenets at all? Do you think it exists? I'd like your input as well today. I really would like to keep this more of an interactive show if we could, so that I don't just sit here as if I have the answers, because I don't. I actually expect answers and questions from you guys as well. I think it's a lot more productive that way when, you don't sit here like you know everything, because many times you will be you will be, what do you call it, called out about certain things change. Certain things that have listed and sold for high dollar before are no longer the case. So you always have to be ready to change your opinions, your ideas about things, and just realize that that's the way things are in any kind of a market, especially in the resale market. So I wanted to also open a little jar, because this is one of the little jars that I bought right away from that little store I found, well, that huge store that I found with the very little prices on their jewelry jars. And that's another kind of aspect of what I wanted to discuss today, is how much do you reinvest in your business? Because I used to have a tendency to hold back. And I used to, maybe because I kept thinking, oh, it's not really my full-time job, but it really is. It really does provide a good income. So I think a lot of that mindset has to change in me. I don't know about you, where I'll say to myself, well, I think I've bought enough of that, or I don't think I'm going to thrift today, or whatnot. And I know you guys may even have more of a challenge with your weather coming, getting severe pretty soon. And, you have to deal with that. And we don't really deal with that here in Texas so much. I mean, we do get the rainy seasons, and the flea markets may be at a lull when that happens. But, other than that, I guess you really could say that I like to thrift year round. I really do. And I love actually going to flea markets when it's raining, because that's when you can find some of the deals, honestly. Because especially if they're expecting rain, like in the mid-afternoon, and all of the real pickers go really early, right? And then as the people are leaving, they start packing up their stuff that's getting wet, and you can make those bargains. Last time I went on a rainy day to the flea market, I bought a beautiful box of Shalimar French perfume in its original box. It was not in very good condition. It was actually getting rained on, and she sold it to me for 50 cents. It was the box, but inside was I don't remember if it's Baccarat or Lalique, but it was the genuine crystal bottle, and they no longer make that. And I think they make it with a different crystal now. And then I think the stopper at the top is actually plastic, so they've compromised. Well, I sold that at an auction for like $80. And I didn't even include the box. I forgot about the box. I'm thinking of just listing the box to see if that has any value. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today. How do you feel about Q4? Do you think it's a thing that exists? Do you think that we should be gearing up for a lot of sales? Do you actually go with the season, since it is November? Are you, listing your ceramic turkeys and your, what do you call it, your tablecloths or your runners? I tend to really miss the boat on that. And I keep kicking myself about that, because I'm like, why did I wait so long? It should have been listed in, late October. So I'm trying to see if I do have some. I think I gave away a lot of things, which I should not have done. I gave them a lot of them away to my family, and I know they're using them and everything, but some of them, I think they might not use them. And sometimes they're trouble to pull them out. And there's some people who really get into decorating. I have a cousin who decorates every single room in her house from October, which Halloween, through December. Oh my gosh, every room is decorated. So I don't know. Sometimes we feel like maybe they don't want them. Maybe they don't, maybe you should ask before you give things away, huh? Let me greet a couple of people in the chat, and then we'll get on to opening and talking. Again, a really tiny jar, but I wanted to get to it because I found this earring in it and that's going to go to another subject in a minute, which is educating yourself, that I'm sure, I have a feeling it's Ferragamo, because it's got a lot of hallmarks on it. It's got an interesting hallmark on it. So I'm hoping I find the match. I didn't find the match Let me see. We have Raven here, Noel, Nora Baez, Maria C, Donna Candy with a K, 276 Pastor. You're in Illinois. Is it about 40 over there? It's really cool here, but I turn on the air conditioner anyway. It gets hot under these ring lights and things, so I turned on the air conditioner anyway. Hi, Manuela. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Be sure and hit that thumbs up. So anyway, that's kind of what I was thinking about today, because I really do need to get in gear and finish listing all of the holiday things I had. I missed the boat on the costumes, and I had a bin, I think probably 5 costumes that I had, and I had done well with costumes because I had been buying them when they were cheap. And the thing is, some of the thrift stores start discounting them not even after Halloween. They start discounting them like 2 weeks before Halloween because they know they need to move them out, or else they have to store them somewhere, right? Or redonate or whatever they do. So I missed that one, but I am going to look and see if I have particular Christmas stuff. I did already start listing Christmas stuff. And I do have my Christmas brooches year-round. They sell all the time, but they're starting to pick up on Etsy. I sold one for $4 shipping. And all of that, but I really want to get to listing them on Mercari as well as eBay, and kind of stick to the more unique ones, because they are time consuming to list. But I had a couple of really nice unique ones that sold. One had a couple inside of a little horse-drawn carriage, really pretty tiny little thing, and that one sold for $14 and $4 shipping. So that's pretty good. It's not bad. Let me pour this out into well, I was going to pour it into a tray, but I don't know. Oh, here's that. So I can see it better. But that's what I was going to talk to you about. And also another subject that's been on my mind is how do you bring your work home? I was thinking about this because I do bring my work home here, obviously, and I hate bringing my work home from work. And I'm hearing my phone, it has a certain ding for every email that I get, right? And I've been getting dings all morning from people from work asking me about certain this and a certain that, and was this meeting rescheduled, and did you call the parent? And we now have a really wonderful clerk that's helping us in the special education department, and I'm so happy that she's joined us. And she may be a little overzealous, but she's very, very, very organized. God, I wish she would come and work for me over here in my eBay business. But she's answering all the emails, and she's forwarding them to me, and I'm not answering them right now. I'm answering them tomorrow morning when I get to work. That's when I'm answering my emails, because I'm doing what I do on weekends, which is enjoy my weekend, right? But when you have, okay, it all fit in here, guys. This was the little tiny jar, $10, little mason jar. I kind of like that jar. I've been watching a lot of this is Frisco Farm Shop. Kind of cute. Little mason jar. Maybe the bottle's worth more than the jewelry. You never know, right? So I'm not answering the emails for work, but I have to bring this work home, right? And so the question to you and me is, how far do we take it? I have a lot of things, those pictures back there. I haven't listed them yet, but I put them there so that I can see them, and they don't hurt the ambiance of the room at all. I think they're really pretty. A few things my daughter's fallen in love with and taken to her room, but I just don't want to have everything put away and then I forget to bring it out. I guess I have to really get an organizational system going. This looks like sterling, but maybe not. We'll see. The little chain, no, it's not. It's silver tone. It's a nice snake chain though. So that I can be reminded to ship, to take pictures, at least have those pictures handy in my phone. That's why I hang things up in here. Someone was looking at a purse that I had hanging behind me in my auction last night. And if they would have asked me about it, I would have brought it to the front to show it. I don't know if I'm ready to sell it. It's an antique. It's actually an antique. It's over 100 years is what the lady that sold it to me on MSP auction for. So it's really pretty. And, then now that jarred my memory about that bag, I'm like, why haven't I listed that bag? It's just getting dusty up there. I need to do that. But moreover, where does it come to interfere with your family? Does I have a small family now. My daughter's grown. we do have different schedules and everything. So it's not like I have a house full of kids where they're going to grab my things. I do have to lock this room when my grandson comes over, but because he loves to touch the jewelry and he loves looking inside little drawers. That's his thing. But does it interfere with your family lifestyle? If it doesn't, I think it's a good thing to have it out. I really do. And I have the same thing in my other room where I do my hauls. I have things there too. I've made it part of my decor. Maybe you think that's wrong. Maybe you think I'll damage it. These glasses, I should probably list them, but I am really enjoying them. I'm glad I have a set of 6 now. And maybe I will, or maybe it'll just jar me to list the other beautiful yellow ones that I have that are still in a box. What's your opinion about that, guys? This is cute. Wow, this is really cute. This looks like a sterling Maltese cross. It's very heavy. It's on a fabulous chain with multicolored stones. I think they're all natural stones. Hey, Max, how are you? Kelly, I'm glad you're here. Manuela, Jillian, thank you guys so much. Let me know your opinion about that. Does your family feel intruded upon? And of course, again, I think it has to do with your lifestyle, your stage in life. If you're an empty nester, and do you still feel bad about it? I've gotten to where I stopped feeling bad about it. This is really cool. I wish it was a necklace, but it's a bracelet. And it's got some really nice stones. I see tiger eye, lots of crystal, maybe even coral. Rose quartz, looks like some green. I forget what they call that green. It's not green turquoise. Does your family feel intruded upon? Do they confine you to one room? I am breaking the shackles, guys, is what I'm telling you today. I'm breaking the shackles. I'm tired of feeling guilty about bringing money into this household, and I'm going to do what I need to do. It's addicted to eBay. Well, yeah, it's an addiction, but it's a profitable addiction if we're selling there, right? That's kind of my point. Is like I think we sometimes want to like put things in a little corner and sweep our eBay stuff all into a little corner, and that really stifles our production, in my opinion. I mean, if you have a nice, area, let's say you've air conditioned your loft, or you have a shed like our friend Lonnie. That's fabulous because he built that for himself. It's a cheap little, very, very worn chain, but it's kind of antique gold. I may want to take another look at that. It could be sterling. It looks kind of orangey. You're a visiting nurse, so I'm always bringing home work. Yeah, exactly. And I honestly, I hate that. And I mean, it's really strange, but then you feel like, okay, well, she's answering all the emails. Maybe I should answer the emails too. But I'm not. I'm just, I don't get paid extra for that. They can wait. They can get that answer Monday. Why do they got to get it right now on Sunday? They tell us not to use our phone to call parents. We have to use our school phone because they don't want them to have our phone. No, not sterling on this, but it is kind of antiqued. So, but then again, let's take it over to eBay. What is the opinion there at your home? I mean, my husband supports me, really does. He doesn't say much about anything. Occasionally he'll say, what are all these dishes doing on the kitchen counter? And I'm like, well, I just brought them home. I have to take the stickers off. I have to put Goo Gone on them. I have to polish off that pesky black marker they put on the bottom of things that doesn't always come off. I'm actually out of nail polish remover because that sometimes works really well on certain items. And again, just do what works for you guys. Don't do what I'm saying. You may ruin a piece with nail polish remover, but it works for me on some pieces of porcelain and things or ceramics. And I always test a little bit first with some Q-tip. And of course, nothing that's on a pattern or anything. You don't want to risk that. But he told me that this morning, and I was like, yeah, I didn't jump and go move the dishes. They're still there. They're still there because I still had to do other things that I needed to do. I had to pack some things. I had to invoice from my auction. Oh, I love these. These are cute. These were in a bag, guys. These are super cute. Let me show you one at a time. It's hard to hold both. They have like a little glittery effect. They almost look like they want to be rutilated quartz or something. They have a little dusting of glitter or something. Those are cute and they're in excellent condition. I've never seen a hook quite like this. Interesting. So I'm at the point right now where, you know what? this is my house. I'm going to leave my things where I need to leave them till I do my haul, till I clean them, or till I, take pictures that I need to take for them. And then I'm just not going to go shove them under a counter and then never look at them again. And then what happens? You don't list them because you're trying to accommodate everyone else. Yet you're bringing in an income. You're not playing games. I'm not. It's not a hobby. It really is a job. Is that the way you guys feel about it? Buy and buy and buy and hoard and not sell. Absolutely, Maria. That's exactly right. But then, like I was saying, you also have to keep reinvesting because, I was feeling that way yesterday. I was like, I almost bought this beautiful, these are a little matching pair of, I almost bought this beautiful small Ethan Allen dresser, like for a kid dresser. It had the beautiful dovetail. It was just amazingly made, and I think it was like $70. I said that would be a perfect thing for jewelry. And then I thought, well, I really need to sell jewelry. I need to stop making room for jewelry because why am I buying more stuff to store the jewelry? It needs to move. But that's not the case. That's not the case. People that are in retail, and I have a friend who owns a wonderful nursery, and she sells year-round things, of course, for the garden and stuff like that. But in Christmas time, she buys these beautiful Radico ornaments, and she invests a lot of money into the market. And she has lost money, and she has made a lot of money. But she's not going to sit back and say, well, I'm going to pull out last year's inventory, or, I'm just going to not buy right now because I lost money and I'm still holding on to this. And I kind of try to think that way. Like, I feel like I should be thinking that way. But, well, yeah, I do need to have storage because I'm finding these fabulous pieces of jewelry or this ceramic that I think might work. And, and listing, though, is important because then you at least lose the guilt when you list and you don't feel like, well, I'm not listing. They're just there. And then that's definitely what we call a death pile, right? All right, this is a little fashion piece. They threw a lot of tag jewelry in here, which kind of makes me feel happy. This is just a little silver medallion. It is real leather, so that's nice. And sometimes this packaging, I'm a little leery about, but no, because the stores do get them like this. Now, if they had the name on them already ready to hang at the dollar store, I'd be a little bit leery, but that's not the case here. That looks like a good piece. It's nice, heavy metal. It is a leather strap, and it does have an extender and regular type of clasp. So that's not a bad piece. I see it. I thought it was a brooch. I saw it covered up. I thought the little tag was a brooch. I was getting excited. So that's what I was thinking about that, guys. I am tired of feeling guilty of being a reseller and working from here with my inventory. I'm just going to make it as neat as possible, as organized as possible. I want to be organized to be able to come in and take pictures. I have several little tables that I'm using, but I want to have more. I really want to be just ready to go, when I come home on a weekend and I've got, those 2-3 days to list. I don't want to have to be pulling things out of where I stored them so no one else would hate them. How are you? Sally, I'm so glad you're here. And like I said, my husband does support me in that. He doesn't really say, move the crap or anything like that. But sometimes I feel like when he says, hey, why are all those dishes on the counter? Because I have to pull off the tags and I have to get them ready for photos, Can't you see that? Can't you see when I walk out of here with 20 packages to mail every Monday? Can't you see that this is a business? Do I have to really answer that stupid question? I hope he's watching this video. I'd still love you, Rob. But I guess it's different. And of course, like I said, this is really cute. I guess this looks like dyed howlite, but it's glass and just really cute beads. It looks like a quality piece. Even the copper, the coral looks like it may be dyed as well, or maybe dyed howlite altogether. But it's just a very, very nice piece. I love the cobra chain on this one. Cool. Shiny. Like I said, if you have small kids, it's different. You don't want your, valuable baccarat crystal out there getting in people's way, but it's not that way for me. So that's why I'm going to keep things out so that I do get it in my face. Time to list, time to take those pictures. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me see. I think the Upside Down Picker Sally's here. Thank you so much for joining me. Jessica, Candy. I said hi to Candy. Glam Kitty. Let me see. Donna says, I know lots of people sell jewelry on eBay. Does anyone ever find bargains on eBay? I've been buying Wedgwood rings on there to sell on Etsy. Awesome. I have never actually hunted for those Wedgwood. Now, my friend Zombie Elizabeth gifted me a beautiful ring for Christmas last year, and I love it. But eBay is still definitely a mecca for bargain hunting, guys. You know, I was thinking about that today because I got an offer. I got an offer on a designer piece that I had listed probably for $70. Now, it wasn't jewelry, it was clothing. But this is kind of a strategy that I've implemented, and maybe you can too. When you lower something, people know you lowered it. You know that. When you run a big sale, they come with the low ballers, right? But they know anyway that you've lowered it because they may have been watching it. Whether you did a formal sale on eBay or whether you do an announcement on Posh or whether you just do it low key, they still know because they've been eyeing that piece. Well, then they know, hey, she's had it 3 months. She wants to sell that thing. And they'll make you an offer. And that's what you need to do. You need to keep your eyes out on certain pieces. How long has it been up there? How many times have they lowered it? And then come in with 15 to 20% down. That's what this lady did to me today, and I sold it. I'm tired of looking at it. It's right there. It's a gorgeous dress. I paid $3 for it. It's probably sells at retail for, I don't know, over $500, but maybe nobody wants that particular style right now. Maybe a certain really, really niched consumer loves that designer, right? And so she offered me, I think, about 25% less, and I took it and I sold it. And that might be a good strategy for hunting jewelry. Look for the people that are lowering them down. Look for the people who have a lot of jewelry. It's a little charm bracelet, little Texas theme, kind of cool. I wish it was sterling. We got the jalapeno. We got a horse. We got the blue bonnet, and it is on a stretch. The charms look actually very well made. They're not sterling, but they're enameled and they're nice metals. So I like that. So that's what I do there. I've always kind of done that on Posh. I check to see on the lower price because you can sort. I don't know if you can do that on eBay. Maybe Sally can let us know if you can see if someone has recently lowered a price. But I know that they do let you know when there's a sale, if they do a formal sale. This is a Geneva generic watch. Goes into a craft lot. Probably not even working. We don't know. Excuse me. Hi, Miss Patty Smith. How are you? Oh, Miss Jillian, I've been seeing your posts. I will look. I may. I had a few, but I have another customer who likes to buy. I think it's pronounced Judaica. Please correct me if I'm incorrect. Judaica. And so I usually let her know. And but I did have some Star of David pieces and all of that. But I'll take another look at I have a whole jewelry box full of charms. It's got those old vintage ones that have a bunch of little teeny tiny boxes, and I put them in there. But I will look indeed. So anyway, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Take your space, guys. Claim it. It's yours. You make money. You're not just playing games with your eBay business. Take your space and use it as you need to. That's my opinion. Now, those of you who want to, invest in a storage unit and you have the money to do that and you bring enough money to do that, why not, right? I don't. I mean, I do. I probably could, but that's the last thing I need is another bill. All right, this is sterling, and they only had it for 99 cents originally. This store is a godsend. I'm going back tomorrow. Look at that. They had it for 99 cents, and this is a nice thick rope twist sterling silver. This is a heavy chain, guys. Let me show you. Wow. $9 jar. I may have even gotten a discount that day because Tuesdays is Senior Citizen Day. I don't remember what day I got it, or it might have been the day that Kelly was talking to the manager with me. We were on FaceTime. Kelly right there at Hip Flippin' Mama. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Kelly, you should be. She's got a great channel. And we got that little mason jar. Remember, I think that was the first one I saw, Kelly. This is where this came from. This is a nice, substantial sterling chain. So bingo. Bingo on that one. Looks like Italian as well. Yeah. 925. $925. I don't see the Italy mark yet. But very nice. I like the fact that it's a rope and that it's twisted. Well, not twisted, but diamond cut. Yeah, very nice. I like this a lot. All right, what else was I going to bring up about A-listers? Yes, the Q4, it does exist, but I think Q4 can be all the time, honestly. What do you guys think who do eBay a lot? Do you think there is such a thing, or any other market? I think it can exist all year round. I really do. I think there's a lull even in Q4. There can be a lull throughout the year, really. It all comes down to listing and listing. That's the thing, really. As soon as I start listing, I start selling. As soon as I start sharing on Poshmark, I start selling. The little tiny stud earrings are cute, though. I sold recently some really cute little fur coat for about a 1-year-old girl or something. That had been up there, I don't know how long, probably a year. But I started sharing a little bit more often this last couple of months, and they sold. Oh, I hope these are James Avery in here, guys. They're knots, and James Avery makes a famous knot stud post. I don't know if that's it, but one of their basic styles is, I think they call them love knots, but they don't have the back of a James Avery. But let me look. They just have the ones that are plastic and gold at the top. Hey, Vanessa. But let me see. No, these are not even sterling. I was so excited. No, they don't even look like sterling. They look like they're worn. They wanted to be, but they're not. But let me show you really quickly. Don't ignore these types of styles. James Avery is famous for their knots. They make rings. They make earrings. They make several different kinds of knots. And if you ever see them, take a second look. They could be James Avery and worth about $30 to $40. Whereas if they were just any other maker, they'd be worth about, what, 10? And they might be worth even more if they're a retired piece. So always do some research on anything James Avery. All right. So we talked about prepping, bringing out that November stuff, the turkey. That should already be up because people do love to buy that. Ceramic turkeys. Centerpieces. What is this? Somebody wanted to do something with this, and these are beautiful little beads. It's just like all curled up. Maybe they were going to make, I don't know, some kind of art. It was originally 99 cents. It's just on a little stretchy wire. Or maybe they were going to make a bracelet and they were just storing it like this. I don't know. And then, of course, the Christmas. I do have some vintage Christmas stuff up right now. I don't really have a whole lot of Christmas things, actually. See, the thing is, I need to separate my personal stuff from my stuff I want to part with. I think I'm going to do that this Christmas. Because if I want to look through what I want to sell for Christmas, I have to look through my collection. And that won't come out until the end of Thanksgiving. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a separate area for the things that I'm ready to part with in my Christmas collection. This is a lot of little gold earrings in here. I think they're all the same, or charms. No, it's a pair. Okay, these are cool. They're little fish, I think, or some kind of bony thing. That's kind of cool. So that's what I think I'm going to do. That. Oh, these are really cute. So I can get ready for the Christmas stuff because people love that. I mean, that's what I did. That's how I got turned on to eBay, was with my cousin who collected and bought a lot of Christmas things. And her husband would buy her a lot of Christmas collectibles on eBay. And then he would sell fishing gear on there. And then I don't know if you guys ever saw my video on how I got started with reselling, but that was one of the stories in my head. And that was part of the foray in there. I don't even remember what crystal and all kinds of china that she collects for Christmas. And she would say, oh my gosh, every day I find something at my door that my husband bought from eBay. And she was, it's great. It's like 20 days of Christmas or whatever it is. She would get some new collectible. And then, of course, I talked to another friend who would buy on eBay. And that's how I started. Mostly, I wanted to sell, but then, of course, you know how it is. You want to buy it too. I had to stop that. This one was marked $2.98. It's just acrylic, but I do like the colors on it. So I will do that. Another thing. Okay, we talked about storage. Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about was your mood. What mood are you in when you shop? You have to be in a good mood to shop for things at the thrift stores, don't you think? Well, these are cute. They're for specs, and I don't know who wears them. Do you guys ever sell these on eBay? I don't wear them. My sister gave me some one time that were actually made with lapis and turquoise, and they were beautiful. But I turned them into a lanyard because I don't wear these. I don't like the way they look hanging on the side of your ears like that. But that's what they are, and they're really nice. You have to be in a good mood when you shop at the thrift store, happy mood, because you'll wind up ignoring the things that you should pick up. Look, they've got little pearls and designs there. And you won't have the stamina, and it takes stamina. The other day from this particular store, I've only been going to the jewelry counter and to the bric-a-brac or tchotchke or whatever. But I kept looking at the clothing and, just kind of perusing through there a little bit and the handbags. And I kept noticing that there was really good brands there. And some are tagged, a lot of them are tagged new. So I kept thinking, you tell me you don't want to do clothing. Remember you said you didn't want to do clothing, so you're not going to do clothing. But I did look, and I did look at the jackets, and I did look at other things. And I found some really nice Columbia jackets, some North Face jackets, and I put them back. I put them back because I do want to adhere to what I said. Oh, these are really cute rhinestone dangles, guys. There's 2 pairs here. I don't want to store the jackets unless if they would have been maybe a designer or something. And then there was one leather that was gorgeous, and it was only $10. And it had just a beautiful biker vibe to it. Really, really nice. And it was like a lambskin. But the reason I put it back was because it didn't have a size on it. And I keep thinking to myself, time. What is my time worth? I'm going to have to measure it even more because I'm not really into measurements. That's again, a personal preference for me. I feel like if you don't know that you wear a large jacket or an extra large jacket or whatnot, okay, you can go by. Now, other people are saying, no, I want you to tell me I have extra long arms. So, I want you to tell me the size of the arms and the waist and whatnot. So I left it behind. But I did look through the rest of the store, guys, and it was really a fabulous, fabulous find. I found some great bags there. These are nice. These are in great condition, guys. I may have to list these. These are pretty. They look with the gold tone, they look more modern. So these might do really well also around Christmas time because people are going to those Christmas parties. And there's people who do not like to buy jewelry, guys. They don't have a collection of personal jewelry. They don't have a collection of grandma's jewelry, nothing. They don't have anything to do with jewelry. And then when it's time for the Christmas party, they realize, wow, this pretty little black dress would look fabulous with some shoulder duster earrings or something. And they come over and borrow them. And that's what my neighbor did a couple of years ago because she knows this is what I do. So list those earrings too. List those fancy earrings, that rhinestone jewelry that you think nobody wants. They're going to want it, and they're going to especially want it right now at Christmas time. I believe that's the end of that little jar, guys. One other topic before we go is to keep yourself abreast of style. I subscribe to this magazine for one reason and one reason only. I want to know the jargon they use. I want to know the terms they use, the keywords they use for a handbag. I want to know what do I call that little coach? It's a top handle. What do I call it if it's pleated? What do I call it if it's ruched? Because all of those things, not so much that people are going to key it in, but when you're putting your description in, all of those extra adjectives and adds to the enticement, adds to the allure of a product. I don't like this magazine. I don't want to know what she thinks about the president. I really don't care. Don't mix it with my fashion. So I will likely stop subscribing and start buying these secondhand at one of my favorite half-price books, because they tend to do this. I don't know when this started, maybe 10 years ago, but politics is in everything. I don't care about politics. I don't want to see it in my fashion magazines. And of course, you might want to skip all of this, because this may not be something that the everyday woman would wear. This is runway stuff, right? But what I do, I go straight to the ads, because in the ads, I will know of products that I will run into that I may not buy myself. I will know of this designer, Boulay, never heard of it. I don't know if it's just really expensive, overpriced costume jewelry. You know, so that's what I do. I go straight to the back as well and just look at the real deal stuff. The new, maybe the Pottery Barn is carrying this or whatnot. So there's a wealth of information here as well. So if you can ignore things that you may not be interested in, grab yourself some of these magazines. It is cheaper to subscribe. That's why I had subscribed, but I'm really done with the politics in my magazines. So I think I'm going to buy them secondhand. And I think I'm going to leave you with that, guys. I hope you got a little bit out of it. Let me see if I don't have any other questions before I sign off. Perfume papers. Oh, yeah, those are nice. I like to put those in my handbags, and the ones I'm going to keep. Nobody wants to smell somebody else's perfume, right? In a handbag. And I like to keep them under my car or in the glove compartment. They make the car smell good. If you did have a question, guys, highlight or repost it or something. Thank you, Patricia. You're very sweet. Oh, one last thing. From the magazines and things that you can see, if you do sell clothes, guys, look for the styles in here that can be translated. This is a Lululemon from the thrift store for $2. This is a pattern that is constantly on Dolce & Gabbana's runway, constantly. The big, bold flowers, the red and green, always. So, you know, you can pick up something. Maybe the person that buys Gucci is not going to buy this. Maybe she is. You never know. But maybe the one who loves Gucci and loves the colors of Dolce & Gabbana will pick up this dress because it fits the bill, right? So always keep that in mind. And that's another reason to go to the magazines, go to the malls. And I know malls are dying, but go to the ones that are called lifestyle centers now. Sit there, get yourself a coffee for $4 and watch to see what people are wearing, because the ladies at lunch are wearing the latest. They're wearing the best bags. You may not be able to find a Gucci or a Ferragamo or whatnot, but you'll find something similar. And when you do see a Ferragamo, you're going to say, hey, that looks familiar. Just like I told you about the Ferragamo style, still haven't found it in the jar, earring that I showed in the beginning of the video, that I know that motif is used by Gucci, Ferragamo, and Hermes as well. That motif of equestrian style is a constant. So when you see it, you might find the real deal, like I believe I did, or like I did also at a thrift store with the Gucci bit. It didn't say Gucci at all. It was a wallet, but it had the Gucci bit, and I recognized it. Picked it up, sold it for about $40 on Posh, little tiny wallet, cosmetic bag. So that's another thing why you should always be looking at the latest trends in magazines. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful week. Join me over at Makeup Zombie if you like to look at jewelry and have a chance to buy some wonderful things at a great price. We'll see you over there. If not, I'll see you back here with another haul. I have a fabulous thrift haul, huge thrift haul. I found some wonderful ceramics and things I want to share with you that I've been learning about as well, because I'm enjoying them and I'm using them in my home. Because I'm not hiding my business anymore. This is what I do. And I'm going to, like I said, stake my claim here. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.